Shalom, y'all. It's good to be back with you. Thank you for tuning in today. And my name is Jane Goldie Wynn, and I'm the author of Rainbow in the Night, A Journey of Redemption. And I just thought I would share with you something kind of interesting. I felt from the Lord to go away, I guess about a month or so ago on a writing retreat, because there was so much in my heart about the quarantine and everything that we had to learn and navigate. And so what I did was I just took some time to write about it, and I thought maybe it could be helpful if I shared the insights that we sort of gleaned through this whole season, and maybe there's something that could be helpful to you. So bear with me, because I'm going to read from what I wrote, and I call it Musings While Quarantine. And so I start out by saying, I will always think about the 2020 Covid-19 virus as the time the world stood still. Who could have ever imagined such a thing could happen? One day I was living my normal daily life, and the next day everything stopped, or so it seemed. Even though I'm at the age of retirement, I always feel and act 20 years younger. My frenetic lifestyle was a way of life. I was navigating working at First Care Women's Clinic, sometimes 2 or 3 days a week, and balancing that with performing between 12 to 13 shows a month with our duo, my husband and myself, the win-win situation. And we were performing for seniors, bringing joy through music to the residents in various types of facilities. I managed all our household and business finances and handled all the communication with the activities directors at the senior residences. So it was a lot going on. So we started hearing on the news that there was a deadly virus that originated in China and had begun to spread to many countries because it was not contained, and the Chinese authorities did not communicate about the extremely contagious nature of this virus. So it appeared that the senior population was most at risk. And towards the end of March 2020, in our state of Florida, where there is a very high percentage of seniors, the governor gave a stay-at-home order for people 65 or older. All nursing homes and senior facilities would be locked down, sadly, with no families visiting or any outside services. So there were a few homes where construction workers who had the virus without displaying any symptoms, and they had unknowingly carried the virus into some nursing homes, and many seniors contracted the virus and sadly died. At the time, I was still working in the Boca First Care Women's Clinic as a client advocate. When it became clear that the virus was spreading rapidly and my age group was at risk, I knew I needed to stop working and stay quarantined at home. All our shows in March were canceled, and no one had any idea how long it would take before it would be safe to perform in the senior facility. So all of a sudden we went from 12 to 13 shows a month to nothing. So it was like a sudden halt. So as I began thinking about the pandemic, and with the Lord's inspiration, I identified several stages that my husband and I needed to navigate as the reality hit home that this was a deadly virus and needed to be taken very seriously. I hope this will be helpful to you as well. So stage 1 I identified as the fear of the unknown and many unanswered questions. During this stage, the reality sunk in that this virus was a silent enemy, and no one knew exactly how it was spreading. There were daily news conferences with the president, the CDC, and disease experts. It appeared the only thing they agreed on was that the entire country would need to be completely shut down for 15 days to stop the spread of the COVID-19 virus. Everyone was advised to be extremely cautious when venturing out, and any essential businesses could remain open, such as pharmacies, grocery stores, gas stations, hospitals, etc. It was a very scary time in reality. We were being told at that time that the virus could spread on surfaces, so everything needed to be disinfected, and gloves and masks should be worn when venturing out to any store or pharmacy. We were also advised to wash our hands for 20 seconds each time When we needed to leave our homes for necessary supplies, we were advised that we needed to maintain 6 feet social distancing between us and any other people we might see, and to immediately use hand sanitizers afterwards, and of course wear masks. Suddenly, even doctors' offices were closed, and telemedicine became the way to keep in touch with your medical professionals. All the swimming pools were shut down, and we were told the safest place was to stay at home. In Florida, we were advised that going outside for walks was good, since vitamin D is helpful, and it didn't appear the virus liked the warmer summer weather. However, we were advised very strongly while outside that we needed to maintain that 6-foot social distancing with others that might be walking near us. And for me during this stage, one of the hardest things, because I'm such a people person and we have a ton of trails behind us, is that when somebody was walking towards me, I had to walk in the opposite direction. And in the very beginning, I even cried. I'm a very sensitive soul, and just the thought of rejecting someone was just too much. So after a while, I started using humor and saying, "I'm giving you your 6 feet. Hang in there, stay safe." So I was just beginning to try to find my new normal with how do we do this? So next time we meet, I'll talk about the second stage, but I just hope and pray that all of you are staying safe and that you know in your hearts that the Lord has this, and that we do not need to fear, because the Lord has not given us the spirit of fear, but of power and love and a very strong, sound mind. And we just need to keep our focus on Him. And as we do that and we pray and just stay in each day, I think that's the most important thing that I learned during this whole time, is that as it talks about in Matthew 6:34, that today has enough troubles of its own. And so if we live in today and we just do everything we can today and ask the Lord into whatever challenges we're having, He will be with us and He will never leave us nor forsake us. So I hope this was helpful to you today, and I just want you to know I really care and I'm here for you. And again, if anyone's interested, Rainbow in the Night, A Journey of Redemption, where I share my true life story with transparency and vulnerability. To know any more information, you can check out www.janegoldiewin.com. And again, I just hope that you stay safe and peaceful. And I'll look forward to seeing you all again soon. Shalom, y'all.